Rango, sits. Lucy, sits. Rango. Bruce. Let up. Anarchist dogs. Alright, I'm trying out something new today. Got a new toy. Actually, a bunch of new toys. It's called a DJI Osmo. And I don't know if you could tell, or if it I think it is actually kind of working. You might notice like the background isn't all bumpy with my walking, because it's like this gimbal stabilizer sort of thing. We'll see how it works. I'm kind of just getting used to it. But oh yeah, see, when I move, it kind of moves. I'm still learning it. It's not gonna be perfect, but let's see if this is better as far as not being jerky. But yeah, still feeling great. So glad to be back in Acapulco. It's so nice to. I was saying on this trip, like every day, how when is this?
Buenos días.
How nice it is to not drink. And this is kind of going to my point already that I want to get into, is mindset. But basically my mindset is now, every day I'm so happy because I'm not drinking. Which is a total change and a total mindset difference than a lot of people who when they do stop things like drinking or smoking or whatever, they think their life sucks, and they're like so unhappy they stopped, right? This is the big thing. Most people don't know this. So I've met a lot of people and they've all told me, hey, I stopped drinking too. It's been really hard. I even had one person contact me just the other day, and he said, hey, I wanted to talk to you because I quit drinking a couple years ago, and I just went to Pork Fest and everyone was drinking, and he quit smoking too, and he said how hard it was. Hey, Pedros. And I was like, oh, you got the mindset wrong. If that's your mindset, it's going to be hell. Because I don't even think about the smoking. That was like that was nothing. But the drinking was something I've been doing for like 30 years straight, right? There was a couple of years where I didn't drink. Those were when I started my internet company, actually. It's kind of interesting. Every time I'm not drinking, I do something pretty big. Wonder why that is. And when I am drinking, a lot of times a lot of stuff kind of falls apart. Not necessarily just because of the drinking, but there's definitely some relationship there. And so talking to this guy, I was like, oh man, no, you got the one mindset thing wrong. And that's going to be hell until you can change it. And what he's basically telling himself, yeah, Pedros, Rango, there's those dogs again. Rango, yeah, my dogs are chasing them. All 5 of them, come on. Hopefully they don't catch them. Not that they would hurt them, but they just don't know what to do. They're all gone. Man, they're like a mile down the road. Well, they're gonna get some good exercise anyway. Hopefully the dog was bigger than most of my dogs, so hopefully they don't catch him and get into some sort of fight or whatever. I don't think they will. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're coming back. Larry's coming back. All right. Let him in. Bruce. Lucy. Yeah, that's my girl. Lucy. There they come. All right, here comes the crew. Oh, you guys are crazy. Jenny. Muy bien. Lucy, muy bien, Lucy. Muy bien. Y muy bien, Bruce. Muy bien. And here goes the car. Jenny. Jenny, man. Bruce. Where's Ben? Alright. Buenos dias. Alright. We're all back. Lara, Ben? Lara! That's my girl. Alright, what was I talking about? Anyway, my talks. It's so crazy. Oh yeah, he got the mindset wrong. So sorry, so I have to use this joystick with this thing, and it's like an airplane mode or whatever, where it's the opposite of the direction you actually want it to move, which I'll probably just get used to over time, but I'm still not used to yet. But hopefully the video is good. It looks like it's like not bumpy, which, you know, let me know in the comments if this is better or not. I think it is. I just have to get used to how to. Man, there's a lot of cars today. What day is it? Friday? Let it in. Jenny in. Lucy. Lara. Don't walk right towards the cars. Lucy. Oh, they're crazy. Another car. What is going on? Want to see this? It is later, actually. I got up late again today. Been really enjoying sleeping in my own bed. So I think it's around 10 or 10:30 in the morning. So that might be why there's so many cars. I'm not, or whatever. There's been 3 cars. I'm like, whoa, it's crazy. But usually when I go for these walks, I don't even see one car. So, yeah. So it's a mindset thing. So if you're, whatever it is, and this could be anything, and this is what I've learned, and this is actually why it's kind of good to try everything once, right? Like actually the smoking made me learn about this stuff, which made quitting drinking so much easier, right? And the drinking was the harder part, because I've been doing that my whole life. The smoking I only started when I was 40 years old. And I partly started, and I said this, to see how hard it would be to quit. It actually wasn't that hard, but I hadn't been doing it that long either. But the drinking I had, so every part of my life outside of, you know, just being at home, centered around something to do with drinking, right? Go to a conference, there's definitely gonna be some people meeting up at the bar. You want to go out and have some fun, that's gonna be at a bar. You want to meet some girls, well, you're gonna have to go to a bar. You know, that's what I did. You don't have to, but I didn't understand there was any other ways. So if you don't get the mindset right, so it could be anything, right? Maybe you've got a problem you want to fix, like your diet or something, right? If, let's say you like carbs. Now remember, this is the thing to remember. I'm trying to get some good lighting here. This is the thing to remember. Most of these things, it's not like you really like it. You're really used to it. A lot of parasites in your body really like it. Remember, everything that you think you like, you don't necessarily like. You think you like. I hear a dog. So, and here's another car. All right, Perros. Perros. Ben. Chris. Ben. Ben. Yeah. Chris. Chris. Ben. All right. Crazy morning. It's been crazy. Let's go this way. But yeah, that's one thing to remember, is you don't necessarily really like it. You're used to it. You think you like it. Your brain, your mind, for whatever reason, thinks it likes it. That doesn't necessarily mean you really like it. So keep that in mind. But let's say you really like carbs. So if you start with the mindset, I love carbs, but I have to sacrifice it, and then you try a diet or whatever. If that's your mindset, I doubt you'll last. In fact, I could almost guarantee you won't last. You might be able to last a few days, a few weeks. If you're really strong-minded and can really focus, maybe even a few months. who knows, maybe even a year or two is possible if you're really strong. But I doubt you'll ever be able to keep it going. You're gonna have some weak point. And because see what you're doing there, if every day you're thinking about it, and you're like, as you're eating your whatever it is, if you're low carb, let's say you're eating, I don't even know what you'd be eating, meat, I guess, which actually isn't a good idea, by the way, but let's say you're doing that. I actually did that. So I did the Atkins for like a year. I got as thin as I've ever been in my life, that's for sure. I probably also got incredibly acidic. But my point is, if you're waking up every day and you're thinking about all the things you're missing and you're sad but you got to do it because, you know, I'm not happy being so overweight, you got to stop that mindset. It's not gonna work. And it's the exact same thing with cigarettes, alcohol, pharmaceutical drugs, anything you want to talk about, sex, food, everything. So it's all mindset. And if you have that mindset, you will never, it won't work. So how do you change the mindset, right? So that basically is what I've been doing with the cigarettes and the alcohol. And it was those books that I mentioned a few times, both by Alan Carr, who's now deceased. I'd like to thank him in his memory. See, isn't that amazing how you can change the world even when you're not even here, through ideas? That's pretty cool stuff. And, you know, I tried to quit drinking and smoking a few times. Not smoking so much, but a little bit. Drinking definitely. And I was like, well, I'm missing out. You know, now I can't go out and I can't even go to these conferences because everyone's drinking. I can't go out with my friends every now and then, even have a nice dinner because I'm going to want that glass of wine. So I was like, well, my life just has to suck now. No, it doesn't. That was my mind. And all you have to do is change the mind. And his books, both of them, just taught me that the reasons why it all happens, that's what I really needed to hear. Not everyone's necessarily like me. You might need different reasons. But his books seem to really work, like the Stop Smoking one. He says something like 10 million people, or it was something in the millions, have quit because of it. I believe it. I've seen like how it worked for me. I've seen how it's worked for others, because a bunch of people said they've gotten the book. Because another Chuck. It's very dangerous here. Everyone's they drive by and smile and wave and say good morning, everybody. Don't come to Mexico. But let her in. Let her in. Let her. Muy bien. But whoa. Still getting used to how to do this. But I think it looks good, right? Kind of cool how it looks, I think. It looks like it's not bouncing at all. So for those who get nauseous watching these videos with me walking, maybe this will help. But yeah, those books, it just explained it in a way that broke the brainwashing. Because it is brainwashing. Everything, almost everything's brainwashing. And almost everything is mind control, and everything's in your mind. Like, when you look at movie reviews, it's pretty funny. How is it that like half the people thought it was the best movie ever, and half the people thought it was the worst? It's obviously not because it was either the best or the worst movie. It's because everyone's different, and even people are different at different times. I remember watching a few movies back when I used to watch movies. I still have trouble watching them now. I consider life much more interesting than anything that you can make up. But and also I see all the brainwashing and the statism in all the movies. I just can't handle it. I can handle it, but I just find it irritating. I don't want to waste my time. But I remember there's numerous movies back when I used to watch movies, and I'd watch it once and I'd go, that was so bad. that was the dumbest movie I've ever seen. And then I'll meet someone, they'll go, that was the best movie I ever saw. And they'd explain why they liked it. And I'd be like, okay, I'll watch it one more time. And I watch it, and I'm like, that was really good. It's like, well, what the heck just happened? I'm the same physical person, right? I'm obviously not the same person as far as mentally, or even spiritually, but mentally. In fact, every second I'm a different person. That's part of what makes life so interesting. Oh man, gotta use this joystick. Left is right, right, up is down. But yeah, so you can even have different experiences yourself with the same things at different times. Lerda. So let's play in puddles. Cochina. So what's actually happening, right? So everything is like that. So you could say, oh, I really like this person, I really don't like this person. But it's nothing necessarily to do with the person necessarily. It could be just how you're feeling at that moment in time. So you have to become aware of that. And become aware of just how much your mind is involved in everything. I don't know why it looks so dark now. Or maybe it's just bright so I can't see the screen. So yeah, it's all mindset, and so that's why you'll meet so many people, or you'll go out with some people and you come back and they'll say, I had the best night, and then you're like, I was like the crappiest night. But you're both basically doing the same thing. So what actually happened, a lot of it's just in your mind. And you meet a lot of people that seem to always enjoy everything. And these were the ones that really confused me. Like, really enjoy everything. And back when I was drinking, I was like, well, I can't enjoy anything unless I'm drinking. That was what my mind thought. That was the brainwashing in my mind. That's how crazy it is when you get dependent on things like that. I was like, if you told me, like, I just went to Vegas for like 4 days, didn't drink, didn't smoke, barely ate anything like that I would normally used to eat, didn't really eat that much either because of my intermittent fasting, just went to the gym, went for walks, I had a great trip, even losing, incredibly, 3 tournaments in a row without even getting one good hand, which a lot of people get pretty upset about, right? I still had a great trip. So I'm turning into one of those people now. It's good. I'm glad to be on this side. It sucked being the one going, how did you enjoy that? Because I wouldn't have. It's all mind. It's all in your mind. So I guess then the question is, how do you really, get control of your mind? Well, one big thing, obviously, is meditation. But it's much more than that. Because it's not just the meditation, it's a lot of things. In fact, as I've said in these videos before, I couldn't get to here without getting my physical cleaned up. Because I had so many, probably tons of parasites, tons of toxins in my body. And so anytime I'd even try to get my mind good through some meditation, my body was still sending signals like, we're not happy, we're not feeling it, we're not in the zone of the vibe of feeling good. And so then I couldn't get to the point where I could do that with my mind and enjoy whatever was going on. So it is a bit of a process. Like, I don't mean to make all this stuff sound like it's easy, like you're going to do this tomorrow. I think I started really focusing on trying to get to this place where I am now, which, I should almost be celebrating a little bit. And I guess I am. I was. I am. Every day is a celebration now, because I am in this place where I'm just enjoying it, whatever it is. Like these walks, it used to be kind of hard, but I knew it was helping me, but it wasn't easy. Even just getting up every morning, going for these walks, in these hills, I used to get quite out of breath, Now not as much, obviously, just like with anything, but it didn't happen overnight, so don't get that impression. I've seen some people, that when she plays, it sounds crazy. Hey, watch out for the chihuahuas. Don't step on my chihuahuas. You weigh 50 times more than them there. The chihuahuas are amazingly resilient, though. I've seen Lara step right on Jerry, right on his chest, as hard as she could. She's 60 pounds. He's 2 pounds, 3 pounds max. And I was like, holy shit. And he squealed just like he just did there. And then he just got up and started chasing after Lara and played. So that's good. It's good. The chihuahuas are pretty resilient. They're pretty small. So yeah, don't get the feeling like, I've seen some of the comments, and man, when I see these comments, I'm like, totally get it. I was you, and I can also see why you're not in the place where I am with your comments, because they're so self-defeating. So I've seen some of the comments. A lot of them are like, yeah, well, you're just lucky. I was born with this problem, this disease. Hey, and I don't know what disease they have. Could be horrible. But I do know that a lot of people who have those sort of things have still lived really meaningful, beautiful lives, I don't know, because you can't trust history, but there are stories. I guess there's Helen Keller. I don't know much about her. No arms, no legs, blind. There is the blind traveler. Blind, crippled, and broke, traveled the entire world and led one of the most interesting lives ever. So, I don't know what problems you guys might have, but there's two things I would say to it. One is, I bet to some degree you can fix it. Don't listen to medical doctors. Get into the fasting. Get into the perfect diet, which is basically just fruit, maybe some vegetables. Try that, and this stuff seriously fixes almost everything. I don't know everything, but they even said they fixed paralysis with it. Dr. Morse said that. And I kind of trust them because I've seen a lot of this stuff work in my own life. And I've met enough people who've said it all changed their lives. And I'm like, okay, I'm willing to believe some of these sounds crazy stories. Like a car accident victim who had his spine severed is now walking after going fasting and doing a fruit diet. It'd be great if we could get more of that information out there somehow, more videos, and that's up to you guys too. Oh man, I get so bad at the controls here. Trying to find good lighting. Get out there and tell these stories. Don't go check out Luke Radowski's We Are Change Media University, how to become a independent journalist, stuff like that, or just do it on your own. Just look it up on the internet. It's not that hard. And tell these stories, because the system's not going to tell these stories. You're never going to see that story on the television programming, because if they did, everyone would do it probably, and then there'd be no need for pharmaceuticals. The food industry would almost nearly collapse, except for fruit and vegetable companies. The entire health medical system would completely collapse. The hospitals be empty. But my point being, it didn't happen overnight at all. It took about 2 years to get to where I am now. Started off with things, I've told these stories before, but there's a lot of new people watching now. Started off by doing ayahuasca once. And I didn't even know or think it worked, but it kind of did. And after a couple of months, I started to wake up to a few things, and I started to realize a few things. And my very first ayahuasca experience, what I learned from it was, let others help you. And I was not allowing anyone to help me for whatever reason. I think I felt like I wasn't a man if I couldn't do it all on my own. So that ayahuasca experience taught me to ask for help sometimes from like, and I started with my wife, and she was like, yeah, finally, you're letting us help you. And I was like, I don't know why I didn't before, you know? It was mind programming again. So I did another ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is kind of funny because both times kind of walked away like I'm not sure that really helped at all. But over time you see it did. It's like this plant medicine that, you know, for whatever reason, you can go into all the reasons why it might work, but it does work in many ways. We've had ayahuasca ceremonies in Acapulco. Lucy, Lara, they're going crazy. How do I point this? Hey, what are you doing? I gotta learn how to use this. What are you guys doing? There we go. I gotta learn how to use this. Anyway, they're crazy. Yeah, we've had ayahuasca ceremonies in Acapulco, and it's been about 50 people each year. And every person I've ever met who's done it said it changed their lives for the better. So there you go. But it was still like after a couple ayahuascas, I wasn't like fixed at all. But I was starting on the right path. Then I did something. Rango, Letta, Rango, Ben. Then I did. I kind of fell back into my drinking and smoking and all that, bad eating, and kind of. My chihuahuas are going crazy. I don't know what's going on. Lizzie, Lizzie. I learn how to point this thing. It's too funny. There they are. Whoa! They're so fast. Oh, they stopped. Oh, there they go. Yeah, I'm trying to show you. I don't know how to point this thing very good yet. But oh man, my dogs are going crazy. I think it's because I don't think anyone walks them when I'm not here. So they're all excited. But man, they're going crazy. It's good. Wow. So after the ayahuasca, I kind of like hit bottom again. Yeah, Jetty, yeah. Jetty, man. Jetty, man. Ben. Jetty, Ben. Jetty. Oh, Jetty. Jetty, Ben. Jetty. Jetty, Ben. Jetty. Jetty, Ben. Jetty, Ben. Jetty. Jetty, Ben. All right, there he comes. Jetty, Ben. Jetty, sits. Troublemaker. So I did a boga after that, and that was serious. That was like 3 days of the hardest 3 days of my life, the craziest 3 days. But when it was over, I felt kind of how I feel right now for like a few weeks. I feel better now, but I felt almost like this, and I was like, whoa. Why was I so depressed? Like, life isn't that bad. So it got me out of my mind set. It also got me off of drinking for a while so I could clean out and see it. Then over time, I kind of backtracked a little bit. I actually got chikungunya and then I think dengue fever, both in a row. And then I kind of got back into feeling bad again. Then I kind of discovered that what I was depressed. I didn't know I was. It's kind of funny, you just don't know these things. It's not obvious. And then I worked on that, and then basically started improving my diet and stuff to try to help the depression go away. And then I went into fasting. I did a juice fast for 3 days. I think on my first juice fast, I quit smoking because I was feeling so good. I was like, whoa, I feel amazing. So I felt like this almost on my first juice fast. Actually, every fast I felt like this. All of a sudden, I got tons of energy. All of a sudden, I feel good. I don't feel depressed. My depression just goes away. So I did numerous fasts, juice fasts, master cleanse fast. Even did a 1-day dry fast. I want to do another fast soon because I ate kind of some crap in Vegas. Ate some noodles and a bit of cheese even, and I can still feel it. So that's how, you know, that stuff is quite bad for you. But if you're eating it every day, you don't know. So I definitely feel it, and I want to get cleaned out again. So I'm going to do some other fast, maybe master cleanse. I'd like to do a dry fast, but I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet, because that's pretty intense. But yeah, that's basically how I ended up where I am today, and that took a total of about 2 years. So the real message of this video is just about your mind. It will tell you all kinds of stuff. It'll tell you, oh, you need alcohol to be happy. Don't listen to it. In fact, if you're ever going to change anything, like I said, you have to have a mindset about it, which isn't that you are going to suffer. Because basically, we're always self-hypnotizing ourselves. Our subconscious listens to everything we say. It doesn't know if we're just joking or if we're serious or what. And so if you tell yourself, oh, if I stop eating garbage food, my life's gonna suck. Or if you tell yourself, oh, if I stop drinking, I'll never have fun again. You will stop drinking and you will never have fun again. That's how it works. So, and once you realize that though, then you can change it. It might not be overnight. Oh, and one thing I left out of my progression was meditation. Started meditating a fair amount. Nothing huge. I'm still nothing huge. There's still even weeks will go by. Sometimes I won't meditate. So I'm like not on it all the time. I wish I was. I wish I could focus more on it. But I got other things that are more on my mind at the moment. But I definitely that was a big part as well. But if you tell yourself, and that's the other thing in the comments that I've read. A lot of people are like, well, my life sucks because I don't have any money. Well, you know what's going to happen? Your life's going to suck because you have no money. You're gonna do exactly what you say you're gonna do. Your brain's gonna make that happen for you. So do not say that, ever. Be very careful and don't think it. Don't even, but you actually can kind of master your mind a little bit, and meditation will help and help a lot. Diet will help a lot. I would do some fast and meditation, and you could probably get on this really quick. And then just, instead of saying my life sucks because I have no money, go, my life is awesome, or at least going to be awesome. It's on its way to being awesome, even if I have no money. And I've done numerous videos where I've kind of pointed out that I don't really need money at all to be in any way happy anymore. All the things I need are all inside of me. I can go months without eating if I had to, and that'd probably be a good thing, you know. But if I do need food, let's pick a mango off the tree here, there you go, I'm done. Like, I need no money. Where am I gonna sleep? Well, it's always 30 degrees Celsius here. If I have literally no money and no friends, which that'd be pretty, I'd be doing something kind of wrong if I didn't have either of those things. But just go sleep in a cot in the woods. Probably be really healthy, a lot of fresh air, right? So don't tell yourself that you can't do it, and don't tell yourself you're unhappy because of this or that, because you will be. And it's not as easy. That's the thing. Like, I heard this before when I was depressed, and people were like, just tell yourself you're happy. Like, it sounds like so, lame. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Well, actually, it kind of works. It doesn't happen like just one time. You kind of have to, if you actually just, if you're unhappy, this actually kind of works. If you just repeat, I know it sounds like you're going crazy or something, but you're not. Just repeat in your own mind every couple seconds, I'm happy, I'm happy. You'll be amazed. It actually, your subconscious doesn't know. You can fool yourself into being happy. Because actually what you're doing right now is fooling yourself into being unhappy. So why not do the opposite? If you had to make a choice, right? If you're going to fool yourself one way or another, because it really, that's what it is, why not fool yourself to be happy? Muy bien, Lucy. Muy bien, Bruce. Muy bien, Jetty. Muy bien, Rango. Muy bien, Lara. Muy bien. Muy bien. Tired and thirsty, huh, Lara?